Hey guys, Kaltish Hat with you. Today I was enlightened by the great idea to record the video about an extremely important part of English grammar that is connected with the future tenses. The future tenses contain the auxiliary verbs will and shall. And actually we are going to consider in what cases they are used, what's the etymology of these two verbs, and we're going, of course, to determine the derivation of these two verbs. Moreover, we are going to touch the different examples and different cases, as far as I have already mentioned, and without further ado, let's get started. Speaking about the cases of the usage of these two verbs, I would like to highlight their first function as the auxiliary verbs to making up the sentences in the future tenses. But now the only one verb out of these two is used for making up the sentences, and it is will. Shall was cancelled, but it was used till this moment for the persons I and you. Now just will is used for every number and for every person in the sentence for future tenses. For example, I will go to school tomorrow, or you'll make up me a sandwich in an hour. I will go to the cinema next week, or I will go to Paris next summer. Will we go to the cafe? Thus, the verb shall can be used in different usages, in different cases. For instance, shall I open the door, shall I open the window, or shall I make a cup of tea for you? As far as you can see, the first function of this verb is the asking somebody's will or desire, in polite form. The next function of this verb, the instance. Oh, I have the great problem. What shall I do? Here, as far as we can see, we are asking the advice. Beyond these functions, shall is also used for making up the official documents. For example, you shall abide by the law. Finishing with the functions of the verb shall, we are continuing with the usages of the verb will. And the first case, when we are speaking about the actions that will happen in the future, will overcome this problem, or I will get away with the situation. And before that, I was caught by the examiner while I was cheating during the exam, you know. The next situation, for instance, so this task is so hard, I will help you. When we suggest our help, you know. And the third usage, when we accept somebody's request. For example, can you give me the hand with it? Of course, I will do it for you. And the next function of our verb will is when we give the promises. For example, I promise I will pay you back next Friday. And for example, when we take the spontaneous decisions, for example, let's imagine the situation when in the room it's so hot, and we just can say like that. Oh, it's so hot in here. I'll open the window. Or to express the threat, you know. You'll pay for all what you did. And the final case, when the verb will is used when the future is inevitable. For example, my uncle will be 47 next year. Thus, we have already considered all the functions of the verbs will and shall, which are used nowadays in modern English. And now we are going to continue with the usages which are not only used nowadays and not only in modern English, but in different contexts. For instance, let's address to the immortal classics, The Lord of the Rings, when the Gandalf was with his team on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, and he pronounced the very epic phrase like, "You shall not pass!"
You shall not pass!
let's remember 3 commandments out of the Decalogue that was given by the God to Moses and to all of the people. On the earth, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, or thou shalt not commit adultery. Or in the modern English, you shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, and you shall not steal. And the next example that will give us the complete understanding of the difference between shall and will. For instance, I shall die, no one will help me. I will die, no one shall help me. In the first case, as far as we can see, here we have the circumstances that we couldn't just overcome. And the next one is when person would like to commit Roskomnadzor. Therefore, the verb shall is used when we have the outer circumstances that can be overcome, or when we would like to ask for someone's will. The verb will, meanwhile, is used when we would like to express our own will or desire. Starting with the etymology of these two verbs, verb shall derives from the Old English verb scale, and it is so next to the verbs in different Germanic language as soll, zal, soll in Old or Northern Germanic languages. And it means the necessity or the obligation. In its turn, the verb will derives from the Old English verb willen, and its conates in Germanic languages are wollen, vilja, and the others. It means the desire or the expression of the willingness, you know. By the way, do you know that the verbs should and would are their past forms? That is the issue. And the verbs shall and will, according to this fact and according to the cases that we have already above mentioned, they are modal verbs as well. Moreover, these verbs, shall and will, have the reduced forms, like in negative sentences, for example, shan't and want. You shan't be here, yeah? Or you want to go to the cinema next week. According to the formation of the sentence, especially the questions in the future simple tense, everything is very easy to make up the questions. We have to put at the first place the auxiliaries will or shall. For example, shall I close the door, or will you go to the cinema next week? Yeah. To make up the negative sentences, we have to add the particle not to our auxiliaries will or shall. For example, shan't or want are appropriate reduced form as well here. For instance, I want to go to school next week, or you shall not pass, as the Gandalf said. Actually, guys, that was complete information about the auxiliary and modal verbs will and shall. I hope that you liked this video, and I hope that you have already understood everything very clearly. Thank you very much, especially those who watch this video till the end traditionally. Leave your comments and put the thumbs up. Have a nice day and see you!